All right, guys. Friday, November 12th. We got NBA DFS tonight. We got a big slate. This is take two. I don't know what happened in the middle of the last one, but I don't know, technology just shut down on us. We're hoping this doesn't happen again. But we are here to talk through a big slate for a Friday night. One that, like you mentioned on our first take, we seem to see pretty eye to eye. So let's get into it.
I'm just thankful that did not happen halfway through our members-only video.
Yeah, those are a lot longer with a lot more detail, and that would suck.
Yes, it would.
All right, folks, click that thumbs up button if you don't mind. Membership's available at the website link below. And if you want the members-only video, that's how you get it. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. And let's talk about Cash Lock for the day, Ricky Rubio. This is an appealing game for DFS for us. Like, we like this game, and there's about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 pieces from this game that we think are wildly in play. Rubio being the best one, at least from a cash game perspective. Even coming off the bench, he played plenty of minutes. He shot it pretty poorly last game. I want to say 6 of 15. Only made 1 3-pointer. He's good at the steals. He's good with the assists. A savvy veteran like this should be able to take advantage of a young Detroit team. If I'm making a cash lineup right now, he's one of the first pieces I'm putting in.
Yeah, I think he's a good look in all formats. We mentioned that, he came off the bench last game, which probably cut into his ownership a little bit. It was still very popular. I don't care about him coming off the bench. The only reason, and I mentioned this, that I'd like him starting is because I think he could potentially play more minutes. But outside that, it's a really good spot against a young Detroit team, as you mentioned. I think this game has all the makings to be a really competitive game. Detroit coming off a win. I like this game a lot. And Ricky Rubio, like I mentioned before, looks like a very good play in all formats, cash game lock.
All right, next up, your boy Trey Young. You like him a lot tonight. The one thing I'll say before you get into what you like about him. Like, I was looking through his games. He's got that big, 15, 16 assist game coming soon. That doesn't mean it's tonight, but it's coming one of these days real quick.
I completely agree with you. Outside of that, upside all over. He's got 66 plus in 2 out of his past 4 games against Denver. I think that we're going to see a really good game from Young and the Hawks very soon. If not tonight, very soon. And I'm calling tonight is that night. I think this game has potential to have a lot of points. Trey Young, again, I mentioned those scores he's had against Denver, obviously has upside at this price point, especially with how DK has priced a lot of these guys out. All the studs are really, really expensive. Young is not too cheap, but he's not too expensive either. Still got big time upside at this price. And there's another guy in this game that we like a lot as well.
And he's coming up right here, guys. So this is where we got cut off last time. And through just tons of hours of discussion, you guys kind of know how I think. I often think the national media spins narratives just so they have something to talk about on cable TV when they really just aren't even overly applicable. I like this one. I like aggressive Nikola Jokic. I think him getting talked about nonstop for 3-4 days, having to miss a game last game out, which is not something he does much of. His brothers being brought through the media, all this, I definitely think he is very assertive and aggressive tonight. Also because his team flat out needs him. There's no Michael Porter Jr. Jamal Murray's been out since last year. Will Barton's playing well, but as much as we love Will Barton, he's not Trey Young or any other great player like that. So Jokic is absolutely so needed by his team. I think he's definitely scoring 30 real-life points tonight, and I think we should be on triple-double watch.
Yeah, so it's funny. We come to the same conclusion, but this time it sounds like you like the narrative more than I do.
Yep.
I don't dislike the narrative at all, but I like Jokic a lot because considering how DK priced these guys out, aside from Giannis, Jokic is the clear next guy in a game that I mentioned I think has very much upside. He has a ton of upside, for a lot of points. I don't really want to game stack it, but I like using the 2 studs. I like your call of Jokic being more aggressive because honestly, he was fine before. So anything more aggressive, surely I'll take it.
Yeah, that was the knock on him, not last year, but the year before that, is every once in a while you'd see him just trying to be too pass heavy. Not really the issue with him. He can't do that now. Yeah, with no Murray, he needs the ball.
Yeah, so I just think how guys are priced, he looks too good here.
All right, we do. So we're not always going to do the long shots this year, but when we have them, we're going to bring them up sometimes. And here's one that we both kind of like. I mentioned him, and then it sounds like, and we've done this to each other a million times, where I brought him up, but it sounded like you started to like him more than I did as we discussed him, and that's Malik Monk of the Los Angeles Lakers. So kind of under the radar. This kid, Reeves, he's been playing a ton of minutes, and he's out now. And there's also a good chance Rondo is out. And that means Malik Monk turns into both, a shooter and a backup point guard for this team. And the Lakers need offense. It can't just be Russ and AD. Wayne Ellington and Avery Bradley, those guys are nothing but spot up corner shooters. They don't do anything else besides that. So Monk has to help. Now, is he dependable? Nope. Not even a little bit. Should we expect to see anything like last game where he had one of his best, DFS games of his career? No, probably not. But you can cut that in half and he would be a marginal play. So it's a good matchup with Minnesota. I like him even better if Rondo is out. And you may not know that, but I don't think he's out of play when Rondo plays. I just think if I found out Rondo was out, I would like him even more.
Yeah, same. I would like him even more as well. You mentioned Reeves is playing big minutes, which is true. I don't think people are on this yet. It's weird to me that Malik Monk is getting absolutely no love, but I'll take it all day. We know that Malik Monk is very talented offensively. There was a reason he was a top 10 pick a couple years ago. He's one of the better three-ball shooters in the league. He just struggles to get minutes because a lot is missing from the other parts of his game. That said, on this team, he's a very good fit with Westbrook and Davis in a game that, the Lakers are playing with the fastest pace in the league. So any guy you get at 3,600 that has potential for 30-plus minutes, that has the offensive talent that Malik Monk does, like most of the guys in this price range are guys, that you'd look to play, or guys that might be playing decent amount of minutes, but they're not, very fantasy-friendly guys. Malik Monk has the opportunity to get those minutes and is a very fantasy-friendly guy when he's playing.
All right, next up, the other kind of lower-owned guy you wanted to talk about was JaVale McGee. So most of you probably know by now that Tony Bradley is projected to be one of the higher-owned guys on the slate. Like, we both agree that Tony Bradley, he's no lock. Very much like we didn't love JaMychal Green the other day. I see him very possibly showing you that kind of thing tonight. And while McGee's a little bit more expensive, I could see him outscoring Bradley by 10 points tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, McGee in 16 minutes last game had 25 DK points. That might be all you need to beat Bradley here. And what happens if he gets, doesn't get into foul trouble and plays 22 minutes? We know McGee is another guy, kind of like Monk that we just talked about. When he's playing, he's going to put up DFS points. Like if you told me McGee was going to play 30 minutes tonight, I would lock him in all my lineups. We don't know that. We don't know anywhere close to that. We don't know these days he can stay out of foul trouble. We don't even know that Phoenix intends to play him any more than 25 if he does. That said, his upside at this price is real.
And this is also, guys, assuming that DeAndre Ayton is out. He is doubtful. So we're going to take the Phoenix Suns at their word that doubtful means unlikely to play. I'm only going to interpret them based on what they're telling us, and that is what they have told us. So if all of a sudden Ayton plays, then we're off that one.
I know an update came in that he's still doubtful. So it's rare doubtful guys play unless they get bumped up. So I'm with you.
Yeah, it's exactly what the word says it is.
For sure.
All right, guys, have a great Friday. Win yourself some DFS money. Have fun. Enjoy your loved ones, your friends. Have a cocktail. Do whatever you want to do. It's Friday. Enjoy it.
Thanks a lot, guys.